Imagine if Love Island was hosted by your tias and they did the picking of who you were paired up with. Now, if that sounds like a hysterical, messy binge watch you want to see, then you have to go check out Tia's Choice on YouTube. You see, 3 New York tias will put 4 potential dates through the ringer to see who is worthy of going on a date with one lucky single. That's right. This lucky single has absolutely zero say. You heard me right. Zero say. The tias, they do all the picking around here. So go subscribe now on YouTube to Tia's Choice so you never miss an episode. Welcome to Bitefully. Today's episode is one that is not only timely, but I am having a really hard time controlling my voice right now because I have a culinary icon in front of me. She is someone that I have looked up to, who has amassed a culinary empire, but on top of that, who is someone that believes in something that I believe in, constantly giving back. This person, I'm getting chills. Yeah. There is only one, Chef Susan Feniger. So lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I have like chills.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
The moment they let me know that I had the opportunity to interview you, I was like, they like gave me like a list and I was like, nope. I was like, I know exactly who I want to interview. And it was you. And
thank you.
I feel so, I don't know, so lucky, so privileged, so all of the things to be able to have a moment to steal from your day. You are such an incredibly busy woman. I won't get too ahead of myself. How about this? Let's have you introduce yourself.
I'm Susan Feniger, and I own, along with my business partner, Mary Sue Milliken, partners 46 years.
Wow.
That's a long time, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we opened our first restaurant, City Café, back in 1981. We've opened and closed restaurants for sure, but we have Border Grill Las Vegas. We've been at Mandalay Bay 25 plus years and Barbecue Mexicana there. And we've got 5 locations in the Raider Stadium and T-Mobile and the baseball stadium. And we're opening at the new Burbank Airport, which we're excited about. We just got a Michelin mention in Palm Springs.
Let's go.
And, we've got our trucks and catering, and we have our commissary in downtown LA called Feed Folks, where we do between 2,500 and 4,000 meals a day for food insecure. We're
How
busy.
do you do it all, woman? Like
We have an amazing team. It has nothing to do with us. It's with our amazing team, believe me.
In our pre-interview, I was listening to you like tell me all these things, and I'm like, my gosh, like, I mean, obviously a lot of this is Googleable and stuff, and so I had, but it's like, for example, you just talking about it right now, one thing after the other. I'm like, my goodness, how does this woman do it? And then how does she also become this person that also has the time to give back? It brings me back to who you are at your core. And I feel so privileged that you're here.
Thank you. I mean, I think Mary Sue and I, from the very beginning, I think always gave back, to causes that we believed in. And we still obviously do that quite a bit. Whether it's American Cancer Society or, many different events that we're, Alex's Lemonade. The community is who supports us. We need to support the community.
Amen.
And so we have always done that from the beginning. I mean, I'm on the board of the Los Angeles LGBT Center. I've been co-chair for 6 years. For myself, giving back has been something I think I probably learned, indirectly from my parents and the importance of that. And it's certainly one of the most inspiring parts of my career. And I also feel like it's my responsibility for the people that work with us, for young kids to be able to see the importance of giving back and how they can, when they go to an event and they hear someone speak, they begin to learn about why this is so important.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So Bitefully is a podcast where I say we explore our guests' food memory archives. And so I'm going to ask you to indulge me and close your eyes. Okay. Think back to a time when you're super young. All you can remember are your first moments, your first ingredients, your first bites. What are you tasting? Who made it? And what are you eating?
Okay, let me think. Boy, that's, yeah. All right. I don't know how young, but do I need to keep my eyes closed?
No.
Okay.
You were like, I'm just going to
sit here. Yeah. I mean, I have the worst memory for sure, but I do have some food memories for sure. When I was really young, I remember standing on a step stool in the kitchen with my mom when she was making fudge.
Oh.
And I would lick the fudge paddle.
Oh my gosh.
And that, the little
this
thing.
Yeah. Like the rubber spatula kind of deal.
Yeah. And I would lick that. And then I remember she used to make Velveeta cheese dreams.
Wait,
with
what is
Velveeta
that?
cheese, white bread, and butter. Probably was margarine.
Was it melted or was it like?
She melted the butter.
Okay.
And then she did something with the Velveeta cheese, like in a double boiler.
So it's like a grilled cheese, but with Velveeta, but melted.
I would like coat the bread.
Stop.
And then stack it. So both sides got butter.
This sounds, my mouth is watering.
Yeah, listen, this is even more interesting. So then she'd put this Velveeta cheese on, and I would roll them up into rolls and then freeze them.
Wait, what?
And then when friends would come over, she'd put them in a hot oven and under the broiler, and they get golden
crispy
brown.
on the, stop.
With Velveeta cheese in
Stop. Your mom was making like
rolled
like
grilled cheese.
Yeah, essentially like little flautas or like little rolled taquitos.
Yeah. Exactly.
With Velveeta and bread.
And
Low-key kind of genius. I might steal that idea.
I know. And it's interesting. I have a little green file box.
Okay.
That has my grandmother's recipes with her handwriting.
Oh.
Then my mother's with her handwriting. And then some recipes when I was at the Culinary Institute with my handwriting. So I have 3 generations of recipes in this file box of things. She doesn't have the Velveeta cheese.
You know what? I think you need to write that one down.
I know. I have to play with it. I don't even know where you buy Velveeta cheese, but I know you can.
I'm sure you can. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I saw one, but I definitely think I saw one at like one of the big box stores.
She must have put something in it, like milk or something. I don't know.
Probably, right? To melt it down. Yeah. But I mean, maybe the butter. I don't know.
No, because the butter's on the bread. I don't know. And the Velveeta cheese was a mix of something. I don't know.
Maybe milk.
Maybe I should try it. And
you should totally try it. I know, because
they were delicious.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds delicious.
They were really delicious.
I grew up very humbly, so like as awful as it sounds, like government cheese is one of those nostalgic flavors for me.
Yeah.
I don't remember how recently, but maybe about 5 years ago, somebody gave me a mac and cheese that was made with like government cheese. And I was like, it immediately took me back. And that's the beauty about food memory.
I have one other one too that's really vivid is that she made these little toast points.
Okay.
And she put peanut butter.
Okay.
And like that Major Gray, is that a chutney? A chutney that you could buy.
Okay.
On it. And then bacon bits. And then she'd bake them in a hot oven.
Like bacon bits? Like those?
Yeah.
What?
And so you'd get this sweetness.
Right, because it's like sweet, salty, savory, all the things.
And this is back, 60 years ago.
So you're saying your mom definitely had the chef vibe going. She had the brain. She just had it. I think you guys just have it. In Mexico, we say, like in Spanish, we say that you have like a sazon, that you have like this seasoning that is natural, that not everybody has. Do you think that's true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah, like the ability to ideate, the ability to take like random ingredients, put them together and somehow make it work.
So my mom would make this like great salad and it would have, vegetables in it. And she loved Lowry salt. That was
Oh my gosh. That was iconic though, especially for those times.
But it would be like this really delicious salad. She'd come to events, meet Mary Sue and I at events we would do. I remember my parents came to Cleveland when we were doing American Cancer Society. Yeah. And my mother we were doing border grill food.
Yes.
And she made a tablecloth for the table that was very feeling like you were in Mexico.
Okay.
She made it, needle pointed it, and made a whole tablecloth.
Wow.
And then my mom and I worked in the front.
Okay.
And Mary Sue and my dad were drinking in the back and barbecuing.
Oh my gosh.
We did salmon wrapped in hoja santa, cooking it on the grill, and then my mom and I served it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love this. my parents, my mom specifically, she's kind of like always at my events. And every time she's like, do I need to jump in? Should I help? And it's, I don't know if you agree, but like, it kind of feels like it's a very family thing. Once they jump in and they're helping you, you're just like, it feels so much more robust and satisfying. And I love cooking with my family and with my friends. But whenever I'm doing an event and it kind of feels like it's like there's a lot of pressure on you, and then your family comes in, you're like, everything's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We're gonna figure it all out. It's just kind of like this je ne sais quoi of like just amazingness.
I mean, I definitely that was a big influence. When we opened City Café in 81, before we had a pastry case, and my father sent from Toledo, Ohio, in dry ice, my mom's frozen icebox cakes, which she did with like chocolate, strawberry, vanilla with lady fingers. And we sold them at the restaurant.
One thing I learned about you that I don't think enough people know about you is this, especially as you mentioned, this commissary kitchen where you're creating at least 2,500 meals for people that are food insecure right here in Los Angeles. I work with Feeding San Diego for the last 10 years, and a lot of people don't know that 1 in 4 people don't know where their next meal is coming from in San Diego. I think oftentimes we hear a lot of these statistics and we never think it's so close to home. Right. You know that's definitely a thing here in Los Angeles. Talk to me a little bit about what you do, how you decided to start this commissary kitchen and how you're making a difference.
Right. Well, the kitchen, we call it Feed Folks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think when we really got immersed in this was when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And we got a call from Jose Andres from World Central Kitchen about could we supply, 3,000 meals a week for clinicians to help clinicians get food
our first
when they
responders.
had no time to get out. We took our Ciudad Border Grill kitchen downtown. And we started to do meals out of that kitchen because we were closed to the public, and we started to do meals out of there, which, we really had never done. I mean, of course, we'd always given back and done events, but we had never sort of done it in this capacity.
Yeah.
And as that started, then a very good friend of mine who works with LASA downtown, or in LA, we started then to realize how many people were struggling, not just
unhoused
clinicians, but now people that were dealing with food insecurity and the need to be able to get food to people struggling. And so at that point, we started to do even more food and delivering it, and to seniors, delivering it to their homes. Not only seniors, not only food insecure, but families. And of course, as we know, that has just continued to grow, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The homeless situation here in the city, the dealing with federal cuts since the Trump administration, and dealing with people that are families that are not documented and have to stay hidden these days. So anyways, that's a whole nother discussion, but I feel like we think about there's so much need. This is our city, our home. We've been here for over 46 years in this city dealing with food insecurity in all different ways for people on all levels that you never think, are in need. So that has been something that for us with Feed Folks, we see there's a huge need. We feel like the people that are working with us, people that work for us, that feel like they can become a small part of the solution here in the city.
And you're playing a huge part in that solution for, to your point, not just these specific populations that have food insecurity, but you're also a board member with the LGBT Community Center, where you've helped create this 12-week culinary program. Talk to me a little bit about that, because when you were telling me about this, I really loved it. A lot of people don't know this. I used to actually work for the County of San Diego in Health and Human Services. And so I know all about, food insecurity and self-sufficiency programs, food stamps and Medi-Cal and all of these to try to get people back to work and to try to get people, to a point where they can, get a job that can pay for all of those types of things. But this program is doing that with a very important community. My brother and two of my sisters are all gay. I always joke, I'm like, I'm the only one not gay. And my friends are like, are you sure? I'm like, I don't know. Give me some more time. If guys keep disappointing me, I might make a switch.
Yeah.
But as someone who's, firsthand seen how this community can be harassed, victimized in so many different ways.
Yes.
These types of programs are not only essential, they're life-changing, right? Because it gives them purpose, it gives them self-sufficiency. How is this going to teach them that?
Well, it's been amazing. We opened, the LGBT Center in LA, the LA LGBT Center is the largest in the world.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, over 900 employees.
Whoa.
And, we have 10 different locations in Los Angeles,
Oh, that's
whether it's
awesome.
East LA, South LA, Hollywood, West Hollywood, a trans center, so full medical facilities in Hollywood, doctors, therapists. So it's an amazing organization. Legal, immigration,
full wraparound services for them.
Like amazing.
I love that.
And at this particular campus, we have 100 beds for youth.
Wow.
And on all different levels.
Yeah.
And which is not near enough.
No.
But it's safe. And it's to help transition kids off the street, be able to help them get high school education, move on to college. We also have 100 low-income apartments for seniors.
Wow.
So, and we have this culinary program that I felt was so important in order to, it's intergenerational, so it's seniors and youth.
Oh.
They go through a 12-week program.
Yeah.
So youth that maybe have been kicked out of their families, now have seniors that maybe have also been kicked out of their families. So this intergenerational program is so important.
Yes.
And it gives people, an ability to learn a skill and go out and potentially get a job.
Yeah.
And if not that, learn a skill, have a discipline to come in, be able to be there on time, be able to get a paid job, or be able to cook at home and understand how to do that. So, and our program feeds, of course, I don't know the number in my head, but it's a huge amount of meals to seniors and youth around the city and every day at our youth center, at our senior center. And so it's an amazing program that is working with helping to feed the community, and not just the LGBT community, but those in need. So it's really an important part of what the center is doing, I think, not only for training, but just to be able to actually feed the community, with pantry and with meals that are being delivered and people that are coming into the day programs also. So it's been amazing. The other thing I wanted to say to you is that when we were working with World Central Kitchen, and we have done this for many, many different things, but COVID certainly was a huge part of it. But then also what blew me away with World Central Kitchen, like during the fires.
Yeah.
Again, we got a call the night the fires happened.
Right.
And the next morning we were doing 1,000 lunches. And we had the ability, because we had started during COVID, we had the ability to jump into action immediately.
Right.
And the thing that's so amazing, I think, is the World Central Kitchen, the Chef Corps program.
Right.
Around the world, which is so valuable for being able to pull restaurant and the restaurant community together overnight. To be able to respond that quickly, and using local, restaurants in the hospitality business to be able to react so quickly.
Right.
I mean, it's an amazing organization that Jose started, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Really is amazing.
I mean, I think you're creating impact, in so many different populations. But as someone who has lived through some really scary wildfires in San Diego County, seeing what happened in Los Angeles, not only like devastated, but I think triggered a lot of us too, knowing what a lot of Angelinos didn't know of what was going to happen even after the fires.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, you mentioned World Central Kitchen earlier. World Central Kitchen is an organization that was started by Jose Andres, and he essentially has this chef core program that activates chefs in different communities so that the response is immediate. You were the first one to respond. And,
We were.
and 1,000 meals a day. And then plus,
Yeah.
because that's where you started, right?
Yeah.
That's where you started.
I think we ended up during the fires between, the first responders and then also all the people that were out of their homes. I think over 40,000 meals.
Yes.
And we were out of our home.
Yeah.
And to be able to then feel like you could help was amazing. And how our teams really jumped on top of it, but it has to be coordinated. The problem without it being coordinated by someone like the World Central Kitchen team, it's very challenging because you got to deal
logistically
with health department and trying to deal with logistically. You can't have everybody going everywhere. So and pulling everybody together. So that's been a huge advantage when you're dealing with wildfires, which
right now we are seeing the absolute devastation that's happening in Venezuela after two 7.0 plus earthquakes. I think they're saying over 2,000 people potentially not found, which is completely devastating. And my heart, and I'm sure yours as well, goes out to all of those people. But World Central Kitchen's already been there. Day one, they were already there. I mean, one of my friends, Chef Grace, is out there too, boots on the ground, kind of documenting a lot of it and sharing a lot of that information so that people know what's happening. But, as someone who knows firsthand what it's like to be boots on the ground during such difficult things, what can a meal do for a person who is going through something like that?
Yeah, it's really amazing the amount of gratitude that people felt when they came up to like the Border Grill truck and got a meal. And it was like, I think I felt like, and I think our team felt like, well, you have no home. We're so happy to be able to even do anything. But for someone to be able to have a warm meal, food is the best communicator in every way.
Amen.
It brings people together. It brings family together. It creates, in the best of times, conversation and political discussions.
Yeah.
And in the worst of times, it makes you feel taken care of at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I just felt like we got so much back from being a part of it.
Yeah.
I have a funny story when we were on PCH and the firefighters were coming down because they were on 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And they were coming down after 12 hours to get a meal. And you were seeing fire trucks from everywhere.
Yep.
From Denver, from
all over
Austin,
the country.
from everywhere, firefighters coming down. And I remember one firefighter coming up and saying, "Do you guys have smoothies?" It was hysterical. We were like, "No, but we have,
cold water,
roast chicken and vegetables and potatoes." It's like, and they're, of course, they're all in such amazing shape because how could you not be?
Right.
But, it was amazing to see them come down and they were smiling and just, I think, also feeling like we're trying to help.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
First responders, man. COVID, fires. And you've been feeding all of them. I love it. It's like you're constantly cradling the community. You're like all of our moms, like you're the community's mom. You're like, come here, baby. It's going to be okay.
Exactly.
Let me give you some chicken.
Exactly. You don't need a smoothie right now. You need protein.
Yes, you need some protein.
The hospitality business is so incredible. I think, most everybody thinks about feeding people.
Yeah.
And yes, for profit, but also when there's times of need, the hospitality business steps up immediately.
Absolutely.
And, it's not just about money. It's about raising money for causes. It's about, being there, supplying food.
Yeah.
So, the hospitality business is amazing. Yeah. We always afterwards on all these, different calls that we'd be on, like during COVID and during the fires, it'd be like, if only the public realize after the importance of supporting restaurants. I mean, that's something that I think many restaurants are struggling with now, is that the restaurant community's always there for the public.
You have been at the Mandalay Bay for 25 years, over 25 years?
Yeah.
Or about almost 25 years?
Yeah, and we have like another 13 or 14 years.
But then on top of that, one chapter is longevity, and the other one is you opening up Burbank Airport.
Yeah.
Is it that the Burbank Airport here?
Yeah, the new Burbank Airport.
What do you mean new Burbank Airport?
It's crazy, but it's happening in October.
Okay.
You can see it when you're on the airplane. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's, not that far away. I don't even think it's a half a mile, quarter of a mile.
I didn't realize they were building a brand new
building.
So what does that mean? They're going to close the old one?
I don't know exactly, but I think so.
Okay.
I actually think so.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen to it or what it's going to become or if they're just going to take it down, but it's a new building. We have a border grill going in there. We're very excited about that. And it's happening in October, so like tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So like tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you've worked with Mary Sue.
Yeah.
For you said a little over 45 years now.
Yeah.
How do you keep the peace? I mean, maybe you guys are best friends.
The
and
pace
you guys,
or the peace?
The both. I mean, listen, like I've worked with a lot of people, and there's just times when you just butt heads, and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand you.
Yeah. Oh, for God, for sure. We have butt heads over.
Okay.
I mean, we're very different.
Yes.
We're very different, and we fill very different roles. I mean, in the beginning, we both, like when we had City Café, which was 9 tables, our very first restaurant, we had one refrigerator that was in our like 12 by 12 foot kitchen, and the bathroom was in there too. So,
Got it.
And when we opened,
Yeah.
we didn't have a stove. We had 2 hot plates.
Okay.
And we had 2 hibachis in the parking lot in the back. And I had just come from, I'd worked at Ma Maison under Wolfgang Puck.
Nice.
And then I left for a year and worked in the south of France in a 3-star restaurant and came
so
back
jealous.
and ran this tiny little cafe.
Okay.
And Mary Sue and I had met a couple of years before in Chicago.
Yeah.
Convinced her to come out.
Yeah.
She came out and she said, well, we have to put a stove in. But we didn't for the next whatever year.
Yeah.
And that first meal that we served off that menu was from Le Perroquet, where we met. And we served off the hot plate a pickled veal's tongue with a lobster sauce and sautéed pears. This is in 1981.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a vibrant amount of flavor there. I was like, wait, I'm like trying to put those
total
things together in my head. I'm like, wait,
thing.
what?
Yeah.
It is totally Frenchy.
Yeah. Well, that was where all of our training was. And after like a year, the health department must have come out and seen us cooking in the parking lot.
Yeah, in the parking
and
lot.
it's
I was like,
I don't think you can cook for the public in the parking lot where they're parking, on hibachis. So we put a stove.
Okay. You were like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah. So we, and so I would make the order and she'd come in and change the order, and I would want 6 courses. She'd want 4. We'd end up at 5. But, over the years, for sure, we've disagreed about many things.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think over the years, we've figured out how if someone feels really strongly about something,
It's compromise.
you go.
Yeah.
If the other one feels strongly, you go. And so I think we've just learned, how to sort of balance that, and we bring different strengths.
I love
for
that.
sure.
Your wifey filmed this documentary about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's called Susan Feniger Forked, and Liz Lockman. She's a filmmaker and a director, and really, she has no interest of me being the subject, but when I was opening Street, which I did separate from Mary Sue,
right,
I was doing all of the testing and stuff at home.
Okay.
And so Sasha, who was my partner at Street, we did everything. We took over our house for like 8 months.
Yes.
And had like 4 9-foot to 8-foot, whatever, 9-foot tables filled with ingredients from all over the world. Took over our living room, took over everything. So Liz thought, well, they're here all day and they're in my way. I may as well just pick up a camera. She borrowed a camera from a DP friend of hers and filmed it.
I love
And so the film is called Susan Feniger Forked.
Yes.
And it sort of uses the construction of Street as the backdrop.
Yeah.
But it's more about how does one put all their efforts into something, and then how do they deal with failure? And how do they come back?
Right.
And do they come back? It happens in every business. There's failures, and how does one recoup from that, and how do they handle it? So it's more about that. And it's on Apple and Amazon. You can go on and like for $1.99 or whatever, rent it. But it's gotten great reviews in all the festivals.
Yes. As someone who has, you mentioned, open and closed restaurants, how do you, I guess, like as someone who is very green, right? And who has definitely had my share of failures in business. I tried to open up a bakery during the pandemic, which was great.
Yeah.
Lost a ton of money. How do you bounce back from that? I feel like people keep asking like, oh, are you ever going to bring that back? Are you ever going to bring that back? And I feel burned. Like, I feel like, like how do you, like what advice would you have for a small business owner who is maybe feeling the crunch right now, or who's already closed or failed, if you will? How do we bounce back from that? How do we gain that resilience?
I always kiddingly say, I just don't have a very good memory.
You're like, I'm just...
What happened? Let's open another one. Yeah.
So don't dwell on it.
I think that's where Mary Sue and I are very different.
Yeah.
I think Mary Sue's tendency is to want to sort of...
Hunker down?
Yeah, hunker down.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Right.
Mine is when another opportunity comes along, it's like,
I love that.
Let's do that.
You're the risk taker, and she's like your even
which is
keel, where
balances,
you're like 1,000%.
Balances us. I mean, I love opening restaurants. Of course, I hate closing them. For someone starting out in business, look, I think it's tough no matter what.
Yeah.
And we're pretty small compared to many of our peers that are out there, and probably maybe a lot of it's being women business owners.
Specifically.
I mean, to me, I would always recommend, and particularly now, is start small.
Yeah.
Like be at a place where you're so busy that you can't take everybody, or you can't take one more thing, and everybody has to do every job.
Yep.
It can't be that, So I think that to me is really important.
Yeah.
And, another sort of philosophy, I think, is think about when you have four walls, everything that you can do out of those four walls before you keep looking for new locations.
Oh.
So can you do open for breakfast? Can you do delivery? Can you do everything? You've already paying rent on that building.
Right. Can you Uber Eats? Can you do all the things, right?
What can you do? Until you can't do one more thing.
That's a really good point.
I think oftentimes the desire is, we're doing well here. Let's just do the next thing. Let's do the next thing. And lots of times I think people get spread too thin, and then they don't do it well because their eye gets off the ball. And
right.
So that always to me is like just I think there's many people who may have one restaurant and they've been around for 30, 40 years. Who knows? They maybe make more money than the person that's got four that's spread thin that, can't keep their eye on the ball. I don't know. It's a hard one. Good and a bad thing. But we really have always stayed very close to our business.
I mean, 45 years is very telling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long time.
So it's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
For our last bite, I have a question that I think you'll probably end up taking back to World Central Kitchen. But, as someone who has created so much opportunity for so many employees, who has fed the community time and time again, who has built this culinary empire, but given back the whole way. And on top of that, you're an advocate, you're an activist, you are so many more things than just what's Googleable. What do you want people to feel after hearing this story? What would you want them to have as a takeaway, or as a lesson learned from you, or just a last little bite for them?
I think for someone who's looking at what do they want to do with their lives, to me, I think trying to find your passion, what excites you the most, and go after that versus like how much money can you make? Because I think at the end of the day, since so much of our day is work,
right,
to be able to have something that you're passionate about, that you love. I mean, I feel so lucky
Yeah.
to love what I do. I mean, I don't love our meetings, but I do. But I do.
You're like, could this have been an email?
Yeah. But I do love, the work, the working with our team, working with customers, being able to give back. So try to find what you're passionate about. And I think there's nothing more rewarding in life than being able to give back.
Yeah.
I really think that it's not that you're being selfish if you don't, but I just think you get so much from giving back to causes that are important to you.
Yeah.
And if you have a voice, or you're in the media, or you have that, to me, it's your responsibility to use it.
I agree. Thank you so much for sharing your voice with us today.
Absolutely.
It means
It's
a
great
lot.
to be here.
I think you inspire so many of us to give back, whether that's volunteering 1 hour a month. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
I was a person who used to go to a food pantry and get food before I went and won MasterChef, right? And so my goal after winning MasterChef was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to give back and I'm going to give back what I won. But my goal was to raise $250,000 back to the community that held me up.
Yeah.
And we far surpassed that. As you know, we work in this nonprofit world and we're constantly helping. But I have to agree with you. I think finding that purpose and being purpose driven specifically with what we do with our lives, and whether that's 1 hour, a week, whatever, it makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the Mother Teresa statement was, but it's, every little bit helps. So you can't think because you don't have the time. It's like, figure out how to do something.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's people that can write checks.
Yes.
There's people that can use their voice to raise money.
Right.
Whatever. You can go help and volunteer.
Yes.
It takes time,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's so important.
Thank you so much for inspiring us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here and, saying all those really wonderful things about me. I don't know that they're true, but I'm glad you say them.
They are so true.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on Bitefully. Today was a really, really impactful conversation. If you have ideas on how we can create more impact through what we do, make sure that you join us on Instagram at BitefullyPod. We'll see you back here at the table.